Dear students, welcome to our next online lecture. In this lecture, I am going to explain how to obtain the rotational kinetic energy, that is kinetic energy of a rigid body, and that body is rotating. Now see here, it is given in your board book, textbook, on page number 13. There is the kinetic energy for rotating body. For that, first I take one object. See here, suppose this is a rigid body or an object rotating, yes, about an axis. Suppose this is an axis, that axis is perpendicular to the plane of the figure, perpendicular to the plane of the body, and the body will rotate here in the anti-clockwise sense with same angular velocity omega. So how we can obtain the rotational kinetic energy for this rigid body? We know the kinetic energy for translational motion, that is in linear motion, that is kinetic energy is equal to half mv square, where m is the mass of the body and v is the velocity. Here how we can obtain? We use the logic that when the body is rotate, suppose we consider the body is divided into large number of particles. From the axis of rotation we consider 3 particles. Suppose this is a particle m1, this is particle m2, this is particle m3, up to mn we can consider the different particles and their respective distance from the axis of rotation. Suppose first particle is at a distance r1, second particle is at r2, third particle is at r3. Similarly, the nth particle is at a distance rn, and the body rotate. When the body rotate, see, every particle will perform the circular motion, uniform circular motion, because the body is rotating with constant angular velocity. When the body rotate, the particle will perform the UCM, yes, uniform circular motion, with radius as a distance from the axis of rotation. So we have to obtain the kinetic energy of rotating body. For that, what we have to consider? We can consider a rigid body rotating about an axis perpendicular to its plane, yes, and the body is rotating with constant angular velocity omega. So we write it. Consider a rigid body or object rotating with a constant angular velocity omega about an axis perpendicular to the plane of the paper. We have considered this. Now again we consider, let us consider the object is divided into large number of it consisting of large number of particles. Suppose there are n number of particles having masses m1, m2, m3 up to mn at a respective distance, perpendicular distance r1, r2, r3 up to rn from the axis of the rotation. We say as the body rotate, as the object rotates or the rigid body rotates, all these particles perform UCM with the same angular speed omega. Is that the body will perform, the particles will perform UCM with the same angular speed omega, but with different linear speed. That is v1 is equal to r1 omega, v2 is equal to r2 omega, up to vn is equal to rn omega. We can draw a diagram for it. How we can draw the diagram? We can say that there is, consider a rigid body. You can draw the rigid body of any shape. The body is rotating about an axis, passing through some point, and the axis is perpendicular to the plane of paper here in anti-clockwise sense with constant angular velocity omega. We can consider different particles. Suppose the particle m1 at a distance r1. Suppose the particle m2 at a distance r2. Similarly, the last particle is, we can consider mn, situated at a distance rn. When the body rotate, every particle will perform UCM with the same angular speed omega, but each particle has different linear speed because their respective radius are different, and that's why they perform the angular with different angular velocity. v1 is equal to r1 omega, v2 is equal to r2 omega, vn is equal to rn omega. So how to find the kinetic energy of this total rigid body? To find the kinetic energy of this total body, we obtain the translational kinetic energy for each particle, means half m1 v1 square, and by putting the value of V1. Similarly for second particle and up to nth particle, and by taking the sum of that all kinetic energies, we can find the kinetic energy for rotational body. So how we can find that? For that, we can say here the kinetic energy of the rotating body. So first we obtain the translation kinetic energy of the first particle. What is the translational kinetic energy of the first particle? The translational kinetic energy of the first particle is, you can say, the kinetic energy of the first particle. That is kinetic energy of first particle, you can say half m1 v1 square. So we can write here half m1. What is the value of v1? r1 omega. So square of it is r1 square omega square. Similarly, by using the same logic, we can say the kinetic energy of the second particle, that is half m2 v2 square, that is equal to half m2 r2 square omega square. In each term the omega is constant. Similarly, we can write the kinetic energy for the nth particle, that is half mn vn square. Again we put the value of mn into vn means rn square omega square. Is that when we want to find the total kinetic energy, we can say the rotational kinetic energy. We can find the rotational kinetic energy, that is equal to sum of the kinetic energy of all particles, that is kinetic energy of first particle plus kinetic energy of second particle plus kinetic energy up to nth particle. We can add all that. So when we add these values, we can say half m1 r1 square omega square plus half m2 r2 square omega square plus dash dash dash, plus here I can write half mn rn square omega square. Now I can take the half common. In bracket I can write m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square plus dash 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 up to mn rn square, and again omega square I can take common. Now what does this bracket represent? The bracket gives us I, because I is equal to, we know by the definition of moment of inertia, I had explained it in the last video. I can find the moment of inertia of a rigid body by taking the sum of product of mass of each particle and square of their distance from the axis of rotation. So this value gives us the total rotational inertia, that is the moment of inertia of the given body. I can write this equation as summation mi ri square, where I varies from 1 to n. So this bracket gives us the moment of inertia. So therefore I can say the rotational kinetic energy, that is kinetic energy of a rotating body, kinetic energy of a rigid body, is equal to, I can write 1/2, instead of this bracket I can put I, and now here I can put omega square. So kinetic energy of a rotating body is equal to half I omega square. We can compare this equation with the general kinetic energy for in the translational motion or in the linear motion. We can write kinetic energy is equal to half m into v square. Compare these two equations. Here m is replaced by moment of inertia I, and v, that is the linear velocity, is replaced by the angular velocity. So this is the formula for rotational kinetic energy of a rigid body, that is half I omega square. We can say again the kinetic energy of rotating body is directly proportional to moment of inertia. Thus we have obtained the rotational kinetic energy of a rigid body by the consideration, by drawing the diagram, and by taking the by finding the kinetic energy for each particle, and then we have taken here the sum of all kinetic energy. We have find the final kinetic energy. Thank you.